I feel like technology has finally caught up to our ambitions in the hospitality industry. And so for Appellation, when we designed the tech stack from the ground up, we literally built in all of the capabilities we want. And I think a lot of hoteliers are very good now about capturing guest data. I think what's separating the ones that are having the most success with it are how they activate it. And so for us, we've got a lot of examples about how we've enabled our staff to have the tools that lets them serve the guests in ways that maybe would be a little surprising to the guest or surprising to the team member because they have information at their disposal. We're not collecting anything that a customer hasn't actually given us. They're telling us about their preferences, their interests. So for us, it's just matching up what their interests are, the information that we know they like, their past purchase history with us, to be able to serve up new information, new communications, new offers, new experiences to them using what we know about them. So it's really about creating that relationship. We had talked early on when we were assembling our property management system that, if a guest were getting a cup of coffee in the morning and they wanted to get a massage later, the barista would be able to book their massage for them, know all the availability and be able to schedule that. Even as we talk more, well, how else does that apply? And we think about the sommelier at our restaurant inside Appellation Healdsburg in Northern California. Let's say they're talking with a customer who knows that we're about to open a mountain resort hotel in Sun Valley. That concierge or that sommelier has all of the information they need and all of the tools to be able to book that person's lift tickets when they're ready to go up there and ski. So that's something that we think staff, people that we hire that have a real knack for hospitality and want to genuinely serve guests, giving them the tools to be able to do that in a way that really surprises and delights a customer, because they don't have to go to a website or a concierge or call another hotel or go find out how to get themselves reservations on the mountain. We're able to take care of that for them just with the tools we have because they've already told us they're interested in those things. So making it easy to serve the guest was really fundamental to Appellation Insights. In the last year, since we talked, we were very deliberate with our tech stack. What we did is we had identified all of these business functions that happen in a hotel like ours. At any given time, there's 151 different business functions happening in a luxury hotel. And generally, there's 120 different pieces of technology that a hotel will deploy to facilitate accomplishing any of those business functions. When we built our tech stack, we wanted to have a high cohesion matrix, we call it, where we have the highest number of business functions being able to be handled by the least amount of technology systems. And so rather than 120 different pieces of technology, our tech stack is about a third of that number. So there's tremendous efficiency there from sourcing and deploying the technology, making it communicate with other systems, and then also training staff, especially if you have turnover. You think about that. That's a high cost, and it's not the best onboarding when the first several months a team member that joins a hotel has to spend really understanding and learning the different systems that they interact with. So we've really streamlined that process. But what we're finding even more is that we've selected some great strategic vendor partners. And as they start to vertically integrate and change their suite of product offerings, we think that we'll be able to actually grow our cohesion matrix, have more business functions handled by even fewer vendors as we go forward and we strengthen these relationships with our key partners. So that's what we found is that the vendor community is excited about what we're doing because they know they're going to be with us for a long time and they see a lot of opportunity to build on the relationship they already have, but find new ways to serve the guest together using their improved systems. I think AI will start to help us figure out relationships in data that we just could never figure out on our own. One thing we've done is we've made sure that our CRM has folio level data on all of the guests and not just overall transaction. Well, we have full transaction information, not just the aggregated information. So for example, if you stay with us in Pacific Grove, we're going to know not just that you spent $200 on dinner last night. We incorporate into the CRM the detailed check level data. So we'll know that you have a preference for Pinot Noir and, that also becomes a data point with other activities that you had during the stay. That influences our messaging to you, because when you go to the website, you're going to see people drinking red wine. When there's a Pinot Noir producer that may be leading a crafted class on blending that varietal, or talking about comparable varietals. If you like Pinot Noir, you might like this. Obviously, the system's going to be smart enough to send that to you. But what I'm most excited about on the technology side is, let's just say the tools we have will be smart enough, I believe, to tell us relationships like, if you drink Pinot Noir and do yoga, you're more likely to participate in a certain type of crafted class. And we would never know that on our own, but being able to use the analytics and let the machine learning do its thing, I think that there's a new frontier in marketing and how we, again, activate the guest data that just isn't, it's not known to us yet, but I think it's on its way. And that's going to lead to greater satisfaction. It's going to lead to less price sensitivity, less competition, when people are considering other options. I think those are really all important characteristics to being successful as a business, but it's also very appealing and convenient to the customer. And ultimately, that's who we're trying to please.